used to be judgmental of people and not know their story and be like, well, they're this kind of person or that kind of person. And knowing James and knowing he's so much more than what's on the outside and what you see, I look at people differently. I'm able to not to look beyond the surface, and I definitely don't have the same heart that I had before James. I think he's brought a sense of love to my life that I didn't have prior.
I often consider him to be kind of the spirit of God the Father, who is so patient with us. He tries to communicate. He tries to get across. We don't know his language. Maybe we haven't listened close enough or haven't been hard enough working to get there. But he never gives up or walks away from us. When we make mistakes, he never holds grudges. If we lose our patience or lose our temper, he doesn't resent it. He doesn't go walk away and say, well, I won't talk to you for 3 weeks. He's right there 20 minutes later, just as happy as ever. James was so kind of sleepy to the world, to surroundings, to us, a very flat affect to him. It was on his 4th birthday when we were actually kneeling down and saying night prayer, thanking God for lots of things, and then especially James. And then he came over and gave not 1 but 3 in a row his very first hugs ever to Mom.
4.
4 hugs.
Because I was praying at the time. I was like, God, I can't do this. I'm like, I cannot. I need to have a sign. I was like, how do I do this? I mean, I can't connect with this child, and I'm like, I was really, really frustrated.
And unsolicited, he
came out of the blue,
toddled over and gave her a hug after hug after hug.
4 in a row. He came, gave me a hug, and then he turned around and he went running off. And then he turned around and came back and gave me another one. And he gave me 4 in a row, and that was my first hug I got from him. Like, genuine hug. And it was 4 in a row, and I was like, okay. Like, we can do this.
Rays of Light has come into our life, 5+ years ago. And though it's only once a month, it's a super highlight for the whole family. The kids for most of those years were going, and also to realize that, someone's taking care of us too.
Yeah.
Because when they talk about special needs families, I think most often we think the kid has the special needs. These kids don't need much to survive and be relatively happy, but it's the families who are trying to tend to everything that they do need. The families are the ones, I think, with incredible needs. So Rays of Light have really been a shot in the arm, for us, all 5 of us.
John is his buddy that is with him every month, and he's been so faithful and coming every month. And the beginning, just James didn't have a lot of interaction with people, and he still every month would come anyway, even though he'd be on his lap for 3 hours watching Barney on the computer. And it must, the same clip over and over and over again, it must have been maddening. But that faithfulness of coming and giving, the volunteers giving of themselves every month. They choose to be there. They choose to be there on a Friday and give up their time. I'm sure they're tired. John comes running in from work, and he wolfs down some food, and he gets right to work with James. And
we're the parents of a special needs kid, but though that's been a gift to us, he's also a gift to the whole world. And, we're not the only ones who really ought to be taking care of James. He is part of a community. And most of society doesn't see it that way. And they look and they go, well, that's your problem, you deal with it. But the folks at Rays of Light honestly understand it I think differently, where they look and they say, as part of the human community, we want to be part of your family. And we want to share in the gift that James is, and share in some of the, the burdens that he presents as well.
It is a gift. So we're glad that people can share in that. They choose to share in that gift with us. It means everything, because they're carrying the cross with us, and they're there. And